got the last topic of the week, and that is our NFL divisional round picks. You know how we do it. Already know how it goes. So, Mario, are you ready to do this?
Let's do it.
All right, we got 2 games for Saturday and 2 games for Sunday. So let's make this quick, Mario. We got the first game on the list. Give it to me. It's the 6-seeded Rams and the 1-seeded Packers. Let me give you an insight from both sides. For the Packers, this is the fourth playoff game in the last 50 seasons between the pass TD leader and the defense that allowed the fewest pass TDs this season. The pass TD leader is 3-0 in such games. For the Rams per PFF, Amari Cooper in week 1 is the only player with 50-plus receiving yards, while being guarded by Jalen Ramsey in a game this season, including the playoffs. All right, look, man. I got the Packers winning this game, but for you Packers fans out there thinking, Aaron Rodgers is going to step on Devontae Adams, going to run through whatever. Don't think this game's going to come easy for you. This game ain't going to come easy for you, for the Green Bay Packers. I'm telling you that right now. When you got a defense that's as hot and being led by Aaron Donald, this game ain't going to become this game ain't going to become easy for you guys. Let me explain something to you. When the Rams defense is going on all 4 cylinders, that Rams defense can shut down the best offenses in the league. So I got the Packers winning this game. Don't get me wrong. But don't think this win's going to come easy for you.
Look, this is a very tough prediction. A fun fact about this, the star wide receiver for the Green Bay Packers, Davante Adams, and the star corner for the Los Angeles Rams, Jalen Ramsey, have only met one time in their whole career. And that one time, Jalen Ramsey has shut down Davante Adams for 1 reception and 5 yards. Here's the problem with that stat, though. At the time, there was no Matt LaFleur running that offense. It was Mike McCarthy's team, so obviously it was a whole different team. I expect a different outcome, okay? I expect Davante Adams to move. He moves a lot more now in this offensive style of play that Matt LaFleur is running. So I expect him to move a lot more now. I expect him to be lined up with other corners. So it's not about Jalen Ramsey versus Davante Adams. That's not the main story. It's going to be about Davante Adams versus the rest of those corners and how well Jalen Ramsey guards Alan Lazard, Marquez Valdes-Scantling, which, I mean, I expect him to lock down those types of guys. I expect that out of Jalen Ramsey as being the best lockdown in the game. But in the times where it comes to Davante Adams and Jalen Ramsey, I'm going to be honest with you, even though he had his number the first time, I don't think Jalen Ramsey has his number the second time. I think Jalen Ramsey's biggest weakness when it comes to wide receivers, the one wide receiver that really had his number this year, if you really look at it, was Stephon Diggs. The reason why? Stephon Diggs is a quick and fast receiver. You can't pair up a physical wide receiver with Jalen Ramsey because he's going to become more physical than him. You can't do that. It has to be a speed wide receiver, which is what exactly Davante Adams is. If not, Davante Adams has to be one of the quickest wide receivers in the game. And I personally think that if it's going to be Davante Adams and Jalen Ramsey the whole game, which it won't, because I'm telling you, Davante's going to be in a lot of motion. But somehow if it does come down to Davante Adams and Jalen Ramsey, I got Davante Adams win that matchup. So with that being said, I think Davante Adams can have a great night. I think Jalen Ramsey's going to have a lot of problems. So with that being said, give me the Green Bay Packers to win this game.
All right, we got the next game on the list. Give it to me. It's the number 5 Ravens and the number 2 Bills. All right, one insight from the Ravens. The Ravens are 11-6. The Ravens, who are 11-6, are the only team in NFL history with a winning record on the road in the postseason. And as for the Bills, this is the 10th instance of 2 teams on a 6+ game winning streak meeting in the playoffs, which is excluding the Super Bowl. And the home team is 8-1 in the previous 9 instances. Wow. I think this one's a little tough too, to be honest with you. I mean, the Bills have a high-flying offense. They have a great defense, but so do the Ravens. But I really think I got the Bills winning for one reason. I really think the passing game for the Ravens is what's going to cost them this game. We always talk about how the Ravens are a great rushing team. You know, they have a real great rushing game, but their passing game is not on point. And this Bills and the Bills rushing defense isn't as great as you think it is, but it's still good enough to hold the line. So I really think what's going to cost the Ravens this game is the passing game. I really do. I'll be real with you on that.
This is going to be a good matchup. Look, Josh Allen has been tested this year. He was tested with a good defense at the Steelers. He ended up passing that test with flying colors. He was tested with a good defense in Miami. They scored 50 on them. So when you really look at it, Josh Allen has become one one of the premier quarterbacks in this league. If you go back to his last playoff game against the Colts, who had a very good defense, he did really good against them. So looking at another premier defense of the Baltimore Ravens, I got Josh Allen in that matchup. Now, going to the other side, then you got that running game, that explosive running game with Baltimore versus Bills defense, and they can have a good game too. I think it's going to be a very offensive game. You know what I'm saying? But when you go offense for offense, I'm going to be honest with you. I got Josh Allen winning that. I got Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs winning that. They're going to light up the field. Now, there's going to be a lot of good matchups. There's going to be Stephon Diggs and Cole Beasley versus Marcus Peters and Marlon Humphreys. Those are going to be two great matchups right there to watch. But at the end of the day, I think Josh Allen's just too good for that defense. So give me Buffalo. And I think that Buffalo can do I think that Buffalo's defense will have trouble with Lamar Jackson, that rushing style, especially with J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards. But at the end of the day, I think Buffalo's defense can do just enough to kind of give the Bills an edge. So with that being said, I got the Bills winning that game.
All right, we got the last two games on the list. Give it to me. It's the 6-seeded Browns and the 1-seeded Chiefs. Here we go. We got one insight from the Browns. Cleveland has not lost a game by more than 10 points since week 6. And Kansas City has not won a game by more than 10 points since week 8. Another one for the Chiefs. Andy Reid is 25-5 in his career after a bye week, including the playoffs, and he's won 6 straight. Look, man. Look. I think this is. I'm going to be really honest with you. Everybody's saying the Buccaneers and Saints is going to be the best game this week. I disagree. I think this is going to be the best game of the week this week. Here's what I'll say. All right. This is the Browns' true test. All right, and I always say that the Bills are playing like are a better team than the Chiefs right now, and I stand by that. And if I get proven wrong, then I'll apologize. But as of right now, despite the Bills being a better team than the Chiefs as of right now, I still think this is a true test for the Cleveland Browns. Because they beat a Steelers team that basically wasn't running on all four cylinders. But this team is nothing like the Pittsburgh Steelers. This team, when you get it right, is running on all 4 cylinders no matter what. And I really think that for Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns, this is a true test for them. But at the end of the day, I hate to break your hearts, Browns fans, but I got the Chiefs winning this game. But this is going to be a really, really close game. It's going to be a very high-scoring game. I'm going to be honest with you on that. I really am. That Chiefs defense is not as good as everybody says it is, and I've been saying that for the last couple of seasons, and I will continue to stand by that until it improves. The Chiefs will win this game, but it's not gonna be by blowout. Not even a chance.
Well, I kind of disagree with the Chiefs defense. The reason why I disagree with you is because they've had a lot of good games. The Chiefs defense is either very good or very bad. You can look at the game that they had against the Raiders where they let go of 41 points. Or what you could do is you can look at the other games that they've beaten the team and they've won the game defensively. Like the game 22 to 16, I think it was, or something like that against the Denver Broncos. They held them defensively, and I know you're saying that's the Denver Broncos. Now, here's the thing. It's going to come down to the Chiefs defense. This ain't going to come down to Patrick Mahomes, okay? It's not going to come down to Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce. Talk about who you want. It ain't coming down to them, okay? It's going to come down to that Chiefs defense. The reason why is because I've said it. The one team that could beat the Kansas City Chiefs is the team that is going to beat them offensively. And when you really look at the Cleveland Browns offense, they can be very explosive sometimes. Other times they can't. But again, it's all up to the Chiefs defense to shut down the Bears offense. And if they can't do that, then the Browns could win this game. It's going to be a very close game. But you know what? If it goes offensively, if it turns into an offensive game, I think I got the Browns winning that. If it comes to a defensive game, I think the Chiefs can do it. With that being said, I trust the Chiefs defense a lot more than I trust that Browns defense. So with that being said, I think the Chiefs defense will prevail, and I got the Chiefs winning that game.
Right. And the last game on the list, the one everybody's very excited for, give it to me. It's the 5-seeded Buccaneers and the 2-seeded Saints. People are excited for this because this is the first time I think Tom Brady and Drew Brees are facing off in the playoffs. I'm pretty sure it is. But anyway, let me give you insights on both sides, starting with the Saints. Drew Brees is 5-2 against Tom Brady in his NFL career, including the playoffs, the best record amongst any QB with a minimum of 4 starts. And Tom Brady has a passing rating below 80 in 3 games this season. 2 of those games were versus the Saints. Okay. Let's break this down real quick. Let's break this down. A lot of people are saying, I mean, look. I understand why people are saying the Saints are gonna blow out the Buccaneers. All right, they did it 2 times this season. They can do it again. You're absolutely correct. I don't think that's going to happen here. I'm going to tell you why. Tom Brady, and we've seen it many times, is a different animal in the postseason. All right, he's not going to let his team get blown out in the playoffs. I don't think anybody's seen Tom Brady's team get blown out in the playoffs. I don't think it's happened before. Tom Brady is just a different man in the playoffs. But unlike those past Patriot teams, this team is good, and I'm gonna say that it's great. It's a great, well-rounded team, and I really think this. But I don't think they're gonna get by the Saints again. A lot of people say they will. I don't think so. I got the Saints winning this game. I really do. I think this is gonna be another close game. All these games are gonna be close this weekend, and a lot of people are gonna have their eyes on this game. But this is gonna be a very close game. It's gonna come down to offense, in my opinion. But it's really gonna come down to who's better.
Look, if there's one thing I know, Tom Brady is not getting destroyed again. It's not happening. He's not getting destroyed again. He got destroyed twice by the same team. First of all, that's very unlikely to hear from Brady. And before I say anything else, I just want to say congratulations to these two quarterbacks. They're both like in their early 40s. They're both playing at a very high level, a very Pro Bowl level. So congratulations to both of them. He's not going to get destroyed. He's not going to get blown out. It's not going to happen. He's going to make sure of it. If that defense ends up choking, which they have against the Saints twice, if that happens, I know Brady's not going to. I know he's not going to choke.
Absolutely.
He's not going to choke a third time. So with that being said, I still have the Saints winning this game. I'm going to be honest. I still do. I think there's too much offensive power on that team for them to win. I do. And I think that's the reason why the Saints have their number, is because they have so much offensive power that you really can't, but the Bucs really just can't wrap their fingers around it. With that being said, I can kind of see this being in like the mid-20s, maybe like a 24-22. That's what I'm looking at. Saints, Bucs. I think Brady gets kicked out of the divisional round.
Right, and that is the 4 divisional round games for this weekend. So get ready, guys. It's going to be a great weekend of football.